r/AskReddit, what movie is a 10/10? Yarp. Swan. City of God. I can't really explain why because I haven't studied films and stuff. Great call, amazing film. In my top 5 of all time. Just such an incredible movie. Is that the Brazilian one? Shawshank Redemption. T. Glad I didn't have to scroll far. Huge Stephen King fan here, and obviously not all the adaptations of his books have been winners. But the pacing, quiet, building of the plot and thoughtful dialogue that leads to the most rewarding payoff ever, I can remember the first time I watched it. Every single character is so well cast. My favorite of all time. Check my username. The Thing, 1982. Best movie I've ever seen. This is gonna sound corny, but holds. From a technical standpoint, the writing and the pacing of the plot is perfect. The set design, costuming, sound design, song choices, the way it handles its source material, it's just a very well cast, well crafted movie. I have minor gripes with some of my favorite movies, but Holes has just gotten better over the years. It's a solid 10 for me. It was all because of his no good dirty rotten pig stealing great-great-grandfather. Back to the Future. No notes. You're a slacker. I'd argue the first and second fit into the category. I personally love the third, but get why others wouldn't. Office Space. As a lifelong cubicle warrior, all I can say is so many of the themes resonated so well. From the tyrannical yet idiotic boss, to the hilariously incompetent consultants, to the insidiously unstable employee and the general frustration of all employees, to the soulless corporate policies and even the class differences between blue and white collar workers, it's all so spot on. The comedy works because it's just that accurate. And come on. How many times have I developed a deep hatred of office equipment? That scene in the field was just perfection, LOL. Tombstone. In Bruges. The alcoves. You hit the Canadian. 2 manky hookers and a racist dwarf. All lines me and my mate quarter to each other regularly, haha. Without a doubt the best horror movie ever. Such a great film. In fucking Bruges? Only cause it hasn't been said. But Lord of the Rings. Technically 3 films, yes, but such an amazing representation of a worldwide loved set of books. As Peter Jackson, the director, said, no other film has had every single person from grip to makeup to set to actors be as dedicated to the film as this one, simply due to the love of Tolkien and the books prior to the film being made. Edit spelling. We are so lucky that everything came together so perfectly for this movie. The amount of amazing pre-production they did was so valuable too. The Iron Giant. You stay, I go. God damn. Suyo up here, ma aeon. Gets me every time. Full Metal Jacket. The first half is so goddamn good. Matrix. The Sandlot. The perfect kids movie. That movie blew everybody's mind when it was released. And changed the genre forever. I'm surprised this isn't further up. It is a perfect movie. Amazing exposition, great action. Every single scene is well crafted. The Prestige. The Prestige was my first thought, and it might be Nolan's best film. It's got great source material, a very strong screenplay, great ensemble cast, Scarlett Johansson, Michael Caine, and David Bowie in one film. As a period piece, there's very little CGI, Inception, and no big stunt set pieces, TDK trilogy. The cinematography, sets, directing and acting can really shine. There's a video on YouTube, Cinemastics I think, about it, describing it as what happens when Nolan makes a small film. It's a proper work of cinematic art. Casablanca. Great characters, utterly perfect dialogue, and checks in at under 2 hours to boot, LOL. Of all the movies listed so far, this is the one that remains completely unassailable. With the exception of the historical inaccuracy of Letters of Transit, which is a MacGuffin anyway, there is nothing to fault. It's funny, exciting, moving, boundlessly entertaining, one of the best plots ever written, timeless dialogue, and inspired performances. Just as brilliant now as it was 80 years ago. Terminator 1. Suspense, thriller, romance, action, adventure, horror, sci-fi, and tragedy. It has all the most intense genres in one movie. T2 is better, I think. They're both great though. Gladiator. Kung Fu Hustle. Goodfellas, acting, dialogue, camera work, story and music are all 10/10s. Harpist scene is cinema gold. Princess Bride? I do not think you would accept my help, since I am only waiting around to kill you. That does put a damper on our relationship. Haven't seen it in years, but some of the dialogue was just perfect. I, 41, haven't seen this and not sure how it's passed me by. Do you think it would be okay to watch with our 5-year-old? Watched it for the first time last night. Amazing film. Also, Stardust. Wall-E. The first Die Hard. I watched it for the first time last month thinking it's going to be a mindless action movie. It wasn't at all. It was an extremely and carefully well-made action movie. Definitely a 10/10s. Jaws. Every single frame is perfect, every line, except one, is perfect. The fear is real. It's 3 relatable men on a boat against nature. It's not ridiculous, it doesn't go on too long, and even the soundtrack is perfect. His music choices are impeccable. In particular that brutal scene with the extended piano outro from Layla. Fits like a glove. Jojo Rabbit and 1917 for me. Apollo 13. But this is highly subjective as a space and history nerd. Haha. Almost Famous. It gets better every time I watch it. I still think of it every time I hear Tiny Dancer. Saw this in the theater and the last 10 seconds of black screen made me think the theater was having issues. Just watched it again a couple of days ago. Fun movie. Having just watched the morning show, I was blown away that Corey is in Almost Famous. The Green Mile. Come on, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, put it in the basket, chief. Galaxy Quest. Casablanca. It always seems fresh. Parasite. That movie blew my mind. Hot Fuzz. Perfectly paced, amazingly written. Rewards rewatches. Every single part of the film is either a setup or a payoff. 10/10s all day long, yarp. Same. I vividly remember how I felt watching it for the first time, in the cinema, thinking, this is the first time in years I've experienced a film and a plot so unique and executed so well. I seriously love that time and continue to recommend it to people to this day. Shrek. Shrek 2. Clue. Brilliant writing, very quotable, and it has one of the most amazing casts ever. It even has 3 different endings. A movie about a board game should not be that good, but it is. 1 + 1 + 1 + 2. Predator. Jurassic Park. Snatch, 2000, Link. No luck catching them swans then? The Greater Good. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.